Good evening, everyone. Happy Thursday. I hope more of you will join along the way. Let's get started. So, if you don't know me yet, please let me introduce myself in a bit. My name is Sapir. I'm a dropshipper. I run eBay stores for SaleFreaks. And really, what I'm trying to do here is pass on my knowledge to you guys for free, of course, to help you build your dropshipping business to be a successful, profitable business. So I see more people are joining. Welcome, everyone. Okay, so let's get started. So what are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about 5 strategies for a successful dropshipping business. Now, see that I've written business and not a dropshipping store because these strategies are bigger than one specific store. Okay, I want you to apply them for your whole business. So if you do follow them, you will be more successful and profitable, I promise to you. Okay, so let me ask you a question. Actually, it's a question I get asked a lot, okay, by new SaleFreaks users. I help them sometimes. So they ask me, how do I make more money, right? This is like the big question. This is like the reason we're all here, right? The reason we're dropshipping in the first place. So everyone want to make more money. But I told you, sometimes I help new users, to get their store starting. And when I talk to them, I realize they miss out on a lot of really basic things. Now, you can't, accuse anyone. It's okay, because no one teaches you this stuff. So this is what I really am trying to do here with this webinar, is to help you with those basic stuff. But it's basic stuff that matters, okay? It really matters. So let's see what our strategies are. So I told you we're going to talk about 5 strategies, right? So the first one is going to be when you should start paying for a store subscription. Okay, I'll give you a clue, not right off the bat. Okay, our second strategy we're going to talk about is the importance of daily uploading of hot items. Again, sounds very, very basic, but I was shocked to discover that not all people are uploading items daily. So I don't want to specify too much, okay? Just go over it. So our third topic will be calculating break even properly, okay? Then promoted listings. And the final strategy is the importance of keeping multiple stores. Okay, so this is like the blueprint for today. Okay, so now we're gonna expand more on each topic. So the first topic we said is when you should start paying for a store subscription. Now, if you've been watching my webinar so far, I've talked already about fees, and then I talked about why you should subscribe as fast as you can to a store, okay? Because when you open an eBay account, it's not necessarily a store immediately, right? Because when you open an eBay account, you can buy with it, right? Or you can sell through it, but it's not necessarily a store until you make a store out of it. Does it make sense, guys? So what do I mean? Well, when you create an eBay account, like I said, you can use it for purchases, right? You can buy with it, or you can sell with it. Now, if you decide to sell using this account, eBay gives you 50 listings a month for free. Okay, you don't pay insertion fee for those 50 items. Okay, so why is that good? It's good because you know that stores are really sensitive nowadays, right? There is a big chance it will get suspended, it will get closed for some reason, okay, after listing a couple of items. Now, 99% of stores will get like initial suspension, let's call it, just in order for eBay to verify us. Okay, they purposely suspend our account to make us call them or contact them in any way, so they can ask us questions about our intentions in eBay. Okay, so don't get panicked if you see your account get suspended, but sometimes really, you can't get this initial suspension lifted. Okay, sometimes it's permanent. First reason we're not going to discuss in this video. If it's permanent, then you don't want to pay for subscription, and then 1 week later you get suspended permanently from eBay, right? And you paid eBay for nothing. So what I suggest, guys, is for really the first month or so, use these 50 items you get for free. Okay, don't subscribe to any really form of store yet. And when you do, let's say you passed this first month without a suspension, or you've been suspended but you were able to lift it. Okay, then you can subscribe to a store. And when you do, please, guys, go for monthly payments and not a yearly payment. If you didn't know, when you're trying to subscribe to an official store in eBay, you get to choose between a monthly pay or a yearly pay. Now, of course, they give you a discount if you pay for the yearly payment, right? Because you pay like you commit for 12 months. But this is exactly the point. If during this year you get suspended permanently, okay, then eBay won't refund you. They won't give you a refund for the rest of the year. So let's say you paid for a yearly subscription, okay, and your account was suspended after 7 months. Then you won't get back the money for the 5 remaining months, okay? So it's better to pay a little extra for the monthly pay, but at least if you get suspended, then you can just easily undo the subscription, and then you won't be continued to pay to eBay during the remaining months of the year. Okay, guys, this makes sense, I hope. So I see more people are coming. Welcome, everyone. Please introduce yourself. I see we're already having comments. Julian, hello, and Bar, hi. So please leave comments, leave questions. I'll be happy to answer everything. Okay, so this was our first strategy. When you should pay for subscription, and the answer is not right away. Okay, wait for really maximizing those 50 free items first. Okay, they're free anyway. Okay, our second strategy we're going to talk about is the importance of daily uploading of hot items. Now, I'm not going to talk about in this video how to really find hot selling items, okay, because I've talked about it in, I think, our last webinar in last week, I think. If you need me to expand on it and do another webinar on it, I will, for you guys, anything you need. But we're not going to cover it today, okay? But this is not the issue. The issue is the habit of uploading items every day, okay? If you want to grow fast, you have to upload items every day, okay? You have to understand, especially nowadays when there are all sorts of gurus around the internet who really trying to market dropshipping as like, you know, the new passive income, blah, blah, blah. Okay, it attracts a lot of scammers. It attracts a lot of like people who don't know the business, people who are not really intend to be serious in the first place. You know, it affects eBay. So eBay is trying to raise the bar. Okay, now if they don't see any movement from your part, right? They saw you opened an account. Okay, you saw maybe you paid for a subscription. Okay, but if eBay doesn't see any movement from your part, like you know, uploading items, deleting unsold items, changing prices, you know, then they figure, well, this person is not a serious seller, okay, and we won't help him with more exposure, more promotion, okay? So we don't want that, okay? We are serious. If you are here with me in this webinar today, you are for sure one of the serious sellers who take this their business seriously. So please upload items every day, okay? Now for the first month, Remember those 50 free items? Use them to upload 1 to 2 items a day. Okay, now remember, when you open the fresh new account, you only get like 10 items, right? Or $500. And then you upload like 1 or 2 items, and then most probably the account will get suspended for verification. You call them or you contact them, you verify yourself, right? They reinstate the account. And let's say they give you 100 items and $1,000. These are your limits now. Your goal is to maximize those limits as fast as you can without putting your account at risk, of course. So you don't want to put like 100 items in a week. No, because your account is relatively new. But you do want to upload like 1 or 2, okay, maybe 3, but I'd stick to 1, 2 items a day. Now, why do I mention this? Because again, you probably think that I'm out of my mind because this is so basic. So let me tell you that I'm currently helping one of SaleFreaks users, okay, in his first steps in the non-API world, okay, and this person, it doesn't upload items, okay. It took him a couple of months to maximize like I think limits of 80 items or so. Okay, it shouldn't take you so long, like months, to get to 80 items. Okay, you have to realize, in order to grow, you need more items in your store. eBay won't increase your limits until you maximize your current limits. And the only way to maximize your current limits is to upload items every day. Okay, after a month, start uploading 10 items a day. Okay, you have to think how eBay thinks of us. Okay, eBay doesn't know we're using software. Okay, in eBay's eyes, as far as they can tell, we do everything manually, right? Because again, as far as they can tell, this is like the only way, more or less, right? I mean, you can use the file exchange, but if you really wanna, makes a little extra effort in the description part and so forth, you have to do it manually, right? In their eyes, I mean. So think about that. How does it look if you upload 20 items a day in your first week in eBay? It doesn't look very good, right? It doesn't look very reliable. It suggests that you may using the software. Okay, that's why I'm saying that you have to upload like 1 or 2 items a day, because this is a realistic goal to do manually, right? In eBay's eyes, right? But after a month, they see you're okay. You should have some sales during this first month, and then you can progress to 10 items a day. Then you keep like that for another month, right? This is your second month already on eBay. And then you see you're okay too. You're keeping under the radar. Then you can keep upgrading to 10 more items each month until you get to around 50, 30, 40, 50 items a day. But no more, okay? This is for all the non-API user guys, not the API, the non-API, okay? Those of you who are using Shield. Because the whole purpose of non-API monitor is supposedly, allegedly, manual store, right? So again, think like eBay. If you upload more than 30, 40, tops 50 items a day, it doesn't make sense, right? It's not realistic. I mean, it should take you like 15 hours a day to upload 100 items manually, right? So try to think how eBay sees us, okay, and try to stick to it. Okay, so really, please take from it that you have to upload items every day, and every time maximize your limits and then ask for more. Okay, this is the only way to grow your store. Okay, guys, let's see if there are any questions. Ted, hello, how are you? Okay, no questions in the meantime, guys. So if you don't mind, I'll just keep going. Okay, our next strategy we're going to talk about that is going to make our business profitable is calculating the breaking even and calculating it properly. Now, I've talked about this topic before, okay? So I'm not going to really talk about everything again, like the specific numbers. But like the bottom line here is that you should know your fees, okay? You should know what are your eBay fees, what are your PayPal fees, according to the country you're living in, right? Taxes, if you pay taxes with your supplier, and if you have any ordering fees. So let me explain. So like if you don't have any subscription yet, you know what? Let's start from the beginning. What is the eBay fees? So eBay fees are generally about 10%, and even this is not very accurate. 10% is like what you pay initially in those 50 free items. Remember, 50 free listings when you don't have a subscription yet. Now, why it's more convenient to pay for subscription later on? Because when you pay for subscription, then your fees become like permanent, right? Because if you go to eBay, okay, go to Google and search eBay fees or eBay subscription, then it will give you like an article from eBay with like every category there is: music, books, clothing, okay, whatever. And each category has its own value fees, right? Which means like a percentage of your sale will go to eBay. Now, for example, if I remember correctly, for example, I think for instruments, it's like 12%, 15%. No. For books, it's 12%. Okay, something like that. Or DVDs. Okay, now imagine you know what? I sell a lot of DVDs in my store. Imagine I had to pay like 12% for every DVD I sold. That's a lot of money. But because I pay for eBay subscription, I pay for eBay store, right? Then I don't pay 12% anymore. It goes down to 9.15%. Okay? This is like the top, like the most expensive your fees will get. Okay? 9.15% or less. Okay? This is why it's worth paying for subscription. Okay? So let's say your eBay fees are 9.15%. Then your PayPal fees. Well, this changes according to your country. Here in Israel, right? I'm from Israel, if you don't know. We're an Israeli company. So in Israel, we pay 4.4% plus 30 cents for every transaction. For every payment I receive from a buyer in eBay, I pay 4.4% plus 30 cents. If you're a US citizen and you have an American PayPal, right, like US PayPal, you'll pay 2.9% plus 30 cents. Okay, and I think it's the same with UK. But you have to know it. Okay, I can't rely on like American PayPal fees. Okay, because I have Israeli PayPal and I pay more. Okay, so if I put in my global settings in SaleFreaks 2.9%, I'm losing money. Okay, because I pay 4.4. Okay, so go to your PayPal in your country and figure out how much are your PayPal fees. Taxes. Okay, so for example, I use the managed accounts services, right? If you don't know, I'm planning a webinar on it later as well. But if you don't know, SaleFreaks offer like managed account services, which is like really fulfillment services from Amazon. Now, however great this service is, it's not tax exempt. Okay, which means that for every order that I order from Amazon, right, to my eBay buyer, I pay in average like 7%. So I need to take this into consideration as well, okay, when I calculate my break even. And then ordering fees. So again, I use the managed account, right? Managed accounts collect 30 cents for every order, right? If you don't use the managed account service and you have your own personal accounts, then it depends on your subscription to SaleFreaks, right? Because if I'm not mistaken, please correct me if I'm wrong, if you pay for a subscription, a non-API subscription of 1,000 items, then you get like 300 orders free. And if you exceed this, then you have to pay like an extra fee. Okay, so what is my break even, right? So I have 9.15% for eBay plus 4.4% plus 30 cents plus another 30 cents, right, for the ordering fees plus 7% for taxes, right? So my markup is pretty high, but don't worry, guys, because I still managed to make a lot of sales and with good profit margin. Okay, but for a lot of time, I saw a lot of sales, but not enough money in the end of the month. And I thought to myself, we have a leak somewhere. We have a leakage somewhere because it's not making sense that we're having so many sales and not so many profit in the end of the month. And then we started to check the numbers. Okay, and we saw that the PayPal fee wasn't updated. We didn't take into consideration the ordering fee we had from the managed accounts. Okay, and just this alone, this little change made the entire difference, guys. The entire difference. Okay, so after you've calculated your breaking even, right? Like all your fees, right? Then you need to know your cashback or if you have any other backend profits. Okay, and then decide on a realistic profit range and set it in the global settings. So what do I mean? So you want to sell a specific item, right? And let's say you want to get 20% profit for it. Well, it's very nice that you want to get 20% for it, okay? But you have to check like your competitors in Zeek or straight away in eBay, okay? Because you know, maybe you just can't. Okay, maybe if you put 20% profit plus your break even mark, it will be too expensive and people simply won't buy the item from you. Okay, I hope you agree with me because, you know, it makes sense. We can't put any price we want. I mean, we can, but the outcome of it will be that we'll lose sales. Okay, so on the one hand, we want to stay competitive, right? On the other hand, we do want to make our profit, okay? I'm not doing all this work to make 2% profit, right? So you need to know your backend. So let's say I use gift cards, discounted gift cards, which give me, let's say, 10% in the backend. And let's say I have another cashback, which gives me, let's say, 3%. So right off the top, I get 13% in my pocket, no questions asked, right? Let's say my markup for my break even, let's say, is 17%. So basically, I've covered already 13% out of this 17%, right? Because of my backend profits, right? So now when I go to set my front end profit, I don't need to put 30% that covers 70% break even plus, you know, my profit, because I already covered 13 out of 17, right? So I need 4, right? And let's say my profit, I want it to be like 8, okay? So I put my profit range, right, between 12, which is the minimum, and let's say 20. Okay, guys, do you follow me? This makes more sense, right? So I didn't lose any money here because I know exactly what is my break even, and I know exactly what do I get in the back end. And then, you know, I can put the rest plus my actual profit, of course, on the back end. I hope you all follow me, guys, here. So obviously you understand the importance of getting tax exempt, right? This is like off the topic, but you know, if we're talking heart to heart here, you understand now how important it is to get to become tax exempted, right? Because it's like 7% that you have to pay always, and if you can save it by becoming tax exempt, then you can be more competitive, right? Because you won't have to charge it every time in order to not lose money, of course, because right now, if I don't charge those taxes, I will lose money. Or, you know, make like 1 or 2% profit, which is not why I'm here. Okay, guys? So really people don't know their break-even numbers. Okay, so you have to calculate it. It's annoying, but you only do it once, okay, because it doesn't changes often. Okay. Any questions, guys? Please, if you have any, please ask them before we move on. Okay, so I see more and more people are watching. So welcome everyone who joined us recently.
Make like 1 or 2%.
Sorry. Okay. So if you don't have any questions, let's move on.
Let's ask them.
So our fourth strategy I want to talk about, which is again very underrated, is promoted listings. Promoted listings, guys. So eBay is an internal search engine, right? Because you have a search bar and you can search for anything you want to buy if you're a buyer, right? And you search for something you want to buy and you get results, right? Now, on the other hand, you as a seller, right? You want to promote yourself, but you can't. It's not like Google, right? For Google, you can pay them like for Google ads, right? And then you get to the top of the page. So it's pretty much the same here. You can't do any like outsourcing to it. It has to come from eBay, okay? Because it's a really closed internal system, okay? And you know, from being such closed internal system, they have a real clear interest to promote you if you pay them more. So every seller pays eBay, right? How do eBay make their money? With our fees, right? From every sale. Those fees we talked about just a minute ago, right? But if you offer them an extra percentage of your sale in exchange of being promoted to the top of the page, top of the search, then you'll get promoted, right? Because, you know, if you and I sell the same item, like we're competitors, and I'm willing to pay, you know, 2-3 extra percent to eBay to promote me, and you don't, well, eBay will promote me and not you, and I will get more exposure over you. So my chances to sell this item are greater than yours, right? Not so difficult to understand this. So if you don't use promoted listings, you're absolutely leaving money on the floor, guys. Absolutely. Okay. You know, I'm wandering around like Facebook groups and forums, and I see people claiming all sorts of things. For example, no point of using promoted listings. Okay, I can't afford it. Okay, this is like one claim. Another claim I see a lot is no point using promoted listings because if you have like an ad blocker right in your browser, then it blocks the promotion and you won't see the promotion. So let's clear something out. As opposed to other marketplaces, here on eBay, okay, you only pay eBay if you sold the item. So let's say, for example, I have 1,000 items in my store and I promote all of them. All the 1,000 items, I promote all of them. I'm not paying for any of them, any of the promotions unless one of these items got sold, right? So only if the item got sold, then I pay eBay. Okay, so it's only a win-win situation. You can't lose here. So what's the worst thing you can do? You didn't sold anything. You won't pay extra for anything because you didn't sold anything, right? Okay, so this is why it's really important to use promoted listings. Now about that ad blocker thing. From what I've managed to understand from these different groups and forums, there is some truth to it. There is some truth to it, but there are a lot of types of ad blockers. Not everyone uses the same ad blockers. So the whole thing with promoted listings, like the ad blocker blocks them, it doesn't happen in all ad blockers. So it's not true to say that it's not worth to use promoted listings because everyone using ad blockers and it will block their promotion. It's not true. Okay, because it doesn't happen in all ad blockers. So, it's for a fact. I can show you, like I am going to show you, in fact, in the next slide, a screenshot from one of my stores. Okay, I can say for sure that at least 30 to 40% of the sales come from promoted listings. So depending on your backend reserves, decide whether or not to include it in your break even. So like here, we talked about know your fees, right? So let's say, for example, you don't use cashback, okay, and you don't have any backend profits, okay. You don't use discounted gift cards. You don't have anything. You only have your front end profit. Now, what is a good front end profit, or what is the more right question is, what is the total profit that we should aim to? And I think, from my personal experience, I think that everything above, 6-7% is good. Okay, now you can argue with me. You can say, no, I want more. I also want more. Okay, but from a realistic point of view, if you don't have anything on the back end, if you only rely on the front end, then doing like 6 or 7% profit only on the front end is excellent. Okay, so let's say I only got 7%. And now I have to deduct 2 or 3% for the promoted listings. Well, the question here is if I can live with 4 or 5%, because this is what I'll get left, right? Answer is no. I'm not willing to earn 4% profit. Okay, this is not for me. So here I have an option simply to not use promoted listings, or do better research, find more profitable items which I can make more profit on the front end, or find something on the back end because I can afford it this way. Okay, but you have to do the math. Okay, because if you don't do the math, if you work like robots, then don't be surprised why you got the same problem that I had a couple of months ago. I had a lot of sales, but almost no profit in the end of the month. Okay, this is not what we want. Okay, so you have to understand what you're doing. Okay, so depending on your backend results. So if we go back to this previous example, like you have 13% guaranteed on the backend, right? Okay, then and we said like we said like our break-even was 17%. So we only had to add 4% to our front-end profit, right? Well, let's say instead of 4, it will be 6 because I'm going to add 2% to the promoted listings. Okay, it's not that bad. Okay, so think about that. But either way, however you decide, make the calculations, make sure you include the promoted listings. So I promised you a screenshot from my store. So this is only the month of April. Only for the month of April, okay? Now, if you sum all the sales up, if you sum it all up, it adds up to like $4,000. $4,000. Now, please sum up all the ad fees, okay? It's like less than $100. So I had to pay less than $100 to get $4,000. I think that's a pretty good deal. Pretty good deal, guys. Okay, now I don't know if I wouldn't use promoted listings, maybe instead of $4,000, maybe I would make some of these like organically, without paying anything. Maybe I wouldn't do any of those $4,000. Okay, so you have to understand how important are promoted listings. So don't give them up. Okay, find a way in your math to include them, okay, and still make a profit, okay, because these are $4,000 I wouldn't get unless I paid eBay to promote me, okay, and we can all bitch about it, how we already paying a lot of final value fees, and now they're asking us to pay more, okay, but we are on their platform and these are their rules, Okay, so we can cry about it or we can play by their rules. Okay, and if you play by their rules, they will reward you. I always say that. If you play by eBay's rules, they will reward you, okay, with a profitable business. Okay, guys, so let's see if we have any questions. You're so quiet. I can see you're all watching. So if you have any questions, please, I won't bite, I promise. Okay. So our fifth strategy is the importance of keeping multiple stores. So let me remind you that this whole topic of today's webinar are 5 strategies to make your business, dropshipping business, profitable, right? So our fifth and maybe the most important one is keeping multiple stores. Okay, so as I said before, eBay is trying to fight against scammers. Okay, so they've really hardened the terms significantly. Okay, new accounts are very sensible for the first 3 months. First 3 months, they really observe you with a magnitude glass. Okay. So you have to be a goody boy, okay? What does it mean? It means uploading good items every day, deleting the items that weren't sold, give a decent price, okay? No price gouging. Answering all of your messages, both from eBay, if you need, and your buyers, of course, okay? Give good customer service. Okay, don't try to not have returns or not many returns, not many cancellations. Of course, item not received cases, avoid them at all costs. Always provide a tracking number. So even if a buyer somehow, try to claim that you didn't provide the item, you have a tracking number to provide the otherwise. Okay, but the accounts are very sensible. Okay, this is what I'm trying to say here. Okay, so you can do all of what I just said, and somehow still eBay will find a way to suspend you. Okay. I opened a new store a couple of months ago. I opened 2 stores on the same day. Only one of them are still with us today. Okay, they both started on the same day. I uploaded same amount of I did exactly the same. Okay, and one got suspended. One even both of them got started with sales, right? And then one of them just got suspended. It wasn't an MC011. It was just a general suspension. It was just before the whole Corona thing started. So, I still got to call them. And, it's annoying. They tell you, I'm sorry, we can't say why. We can't say why we suspend you. That's infuriating. But, they wouldn't say. And it wasn't an MC011, just because, randomly. So annoying, but what I'm trying to say here is this is why it's important to keep multiple stores, even if you're planning on a side income, okay? Because, as I always say, not all SaleFreaks users are planning to make an entire income of dropshipping. Some of you only want to make it a side income, extra income, and that's okay. And that's okay. You don't need to have 20 stores in order to make a side income. But you do need to have at least 2 stores. You can't only have one, okay? Because then all of your eggs are in the same basket. And then if eBay gets up on the wrong side of the bed and decides to suspend you with no actual reason, and you can't reinstate the account, then you lose everything. But if you have 2 stores, then, it's only like it's less damaged, okay? Because you're still profitable on another store, and then you can create another store. You only have like 1 store in reserve, let's call it, okay? So because it takes time to get a store running, okay? I think it takes, like, from my experience, really, it takes like 5 to 6 months to really, really, really get to good sales. Like really actual a lot of profit. I think, from my experience. Okay? It takes me at least 2 months to just get the store running with a decent amount of items. Okay, because I told you that for the first month, I don't upload more than 2 items a day. So where does this leave us in the end of the first month? 60 items tops, right? You don't get a lot of sales out of 60 items. So then again, on the second month, I try to get to a couple of hundreds of items. But you really start to see consistent and really a lot of sales when you get to around 600, 700,000 items, okay? And that really, really, really happens after around 4 or 5 months or so. Okay, so it takes time to build a new account from scratch. So imagine yourself that you only have one store and then they suspend you, and then okay, you're not despairing, but it will take you time to really establish a new account. So always keep at least 2. So if you get suspended from one account, then you can still run with the other account while you nurture your new account. I hope it makes sense, guys. So let's see if you have any questions. So I see we do have a couple of questions now. Wait, I'll start from the top. Alex asks, if you are not tax exempt, you would recommend charging taxes on the listing. What would you use for default? 7%? So yes, Alex, as I said here, where was it? Here, know your fees, right? Taxes. So yeah. So there are a couple of states in the United States who don't charge at all, but most of them do charge. And there are some, the big ones, like Connecticut and California, who charges like 10%. So let's say the average is like 7 or 8%, 7%. Okay, and I absolutely conclude them in the global settings when I open a new store. Okay, I can tell you a little secret. It's a secret, okay? So I don't really want to expand on it too much. But I am working, guys, on contacting an American, how do you say it in English? Like a tax consultant, okay? An accountant, really, okay? And he provides tax exemption services, okay? So I'm in the midst of negotiating with him to get a good deal for all of us, okay? So when it's going to be relevant, I'll make like a formal announcement on it, don't worry. But you should know that in the near future, we're all going to have the option to get tax exempt if you would want it, of course. Okay, next question. We have another question. You have built search history and browser cookies before listing your first item. The key here is to look human and not a robot. Then eBay won't suspend you. So, Niv, allow me to disagree with you, okay? Allow me to disagree with you. You claim you need to build a search history and cookies before you list your first item. Let me disagree with you. It's not true, okay? I've opened like dozens of accounts so far, okay? And I don't need to browse for a month, okay? And get cookies and okay, people say upload items from your house, like secondhand items, okay? And they do it, they browse for a month and they buy things from other people to get like feedbacks, right? And they do like a whole preparation for 6 months, and then they upload their first item and they get suspended anyway. Okay? eBay suspends everyone. Please get a hold of this. eBay suspends 99.9% of all new accounts because they want to verify you. They don't care if you browsed your eBay account for a week or a month, or did you purchase things from other people on eBay or you didn't, or whatever. They will suspend you anyway. Okay? So allow me to disagree with you. According to my experience, okay, I open an RDP, like a cloud on Kamatera. I open an eBay account, and after I've opened an account, I will upload one item. Then I wait for another day to see if I got suspended. If I don't, I upload another item. And I keep doing that until one of two things happen. Either I maximize my limits, meaning I've uploaded 10 items, right, which is the initial limits, or I get suspended. If they suspend me, I call them. I have an entire script. I answer all the questions, and they usually 97% they will reinstate my account. Or, they didn't suspend me. I just maximized my limits. I call them. They do me a verification call anyway, okay, in order to increase my limit. So either way, they try to verify you, okay, and then they reinstate my account, and they raise my limits. So you guys, what I'm trying to say here, maybe not very adequately, you don't need to build a search history. Please don't let people bullshit your brain, okay? Just start working. It's totally legitimate to tell an eBay representative that your purpose are to sell on eBay, that you took a course and you have a business partner and you intend to build a business on eBay. You don't need to hide up around it, okay? This is how eBay make their money, okay? They don't make money out of people selling like second-hand items, okay? Mayor says, love these webinars. Thank you. I'm really trying to, be of service and educate you guys, not in a condescending way, but, friendly way to help you. Another question, how can we use gift cards without Amazon closes our accounts? Wow, that's a big question. That's like a topic on its own. How can you use gift cards without Amazon closing your accounts? Well, I can't answer this right now because, as I said, it's a subject on its own. So I'll just say that you can't. You literally can't, okay? Amazon don't like that people dropship off of them, okay? They have ways to find out, and they don't like people abusing their gift cards. And using gift cards is like a huge trigger for dropshipping, okay? Because they cross it with the fact that you're shipping to a lot of different addresses other than your own, right? So, this is why we offer in SaleFreaks our managed account service, because people are simply can't, they can't dropship from Amazon otherwise, okay? If you're an American citizen, then you're entitled to the Amazon cashback credit card, right? Which gives you 5% cashback, and that's more sustainable, okay? But gift cards are a huge problem. Okay, another question. I used SaleFreaks. They blocked my listings and my sale gone down, even for normal listing. Guys, stay away from SaleFreaks. So thank you, Salman, for your comments. And it's not SaleFreaks' fault. Really, I have to tell you. I hear a lot of complaints from people using, I don't want to mention names, okay, but other monitors. They use other monitors, like non-API versions, okay, and other monitors who offer non-API versions are getting flagged for some reason, okay? People are getting flagged, although they are using other non-API versions of other monitors, okay? But it doesn't happen in SaleFreaks. If you got suspended permanently, it's not because SaleFreaks, it's because something was wrong with your setup. Okay, so I guess most of you who use non-API, right? Most of us use either a proxy, VPN, or RDP, right? The cloud, to hide our IP, right? Because this is the point of non-API. Sometimes we get a bad IP. It doesn't matter if you use a proxy or RDP or whatever. Sometimes you get a bad IP. You have to understand these companies recycle the IPs, okay? Even if they tell you you get a fresh IP, it's not true. Okay, because if you know something about networking in general, then you know there is a limited amount of IPs in the world. It's not infinite. So we necessarily get recycled used IPs, and sometimes those IPs are bad. Okay, and I suspect that this is like the major fact that gets you suspended. Because think about it, guys. Think about it. You create a new account, right? When I create a new account, I don't even connect it to SaleFreaks, okay? Because I told you I wait for this first suspension or to maximize my limits. Only I've called eBay for the first time, then I connect my store to SaleFreaks, okay? So my store isn't connected to any monitor. I literally do everything manually because it's not connected to a monitor, right? And they suspend me, and I call them, and they say the suspension is permanent. That absolutely tells me that the problem here is not with my listings or monitor because it's not connected to anything. The problem has to be the IP. It has to be. It has to be the IP. There's nothing else. Okay. So please don't accuse SaleFreaks for your suspension. Okay. It's really a complicated matter. Okay. There are a lot of factors. Maybe I'll do a webinar on this one day if you like, on this whole stealth account things, because it's very complicated. Maybe you have more questions? Okay, so this is all I see, guys. This is all I see. So let's recap. We talked about everything, right? Okay, so let's recap, guys. Okay, so we've talked about 5 strategies to make your dropshipping business profitable, right? So let's recap. Wait with subscription to a store for the first month. Okay, don't subscribe. Excuse me. Don't subscribe to anything on your first month. Okay, because you could get suspended. Okay, or not. Okay, so just wait with it. Okay, take advantage of the 50 items you get for free. Okay, and in the meantime, upload items every day. So I told you I recommend 1 or 2 items a day. Okay, this will absolutely will use all the 50 items or maybe more, and then you can subscribe for a basic store. I recommend basic store. Basic store is not a starter store. Okay, basic store is when you get 250 items, because so they will increase your limits to maybe 100 or 200 items, so you can already subscribe to a basic store. Okay. Keep uploading items daily as long as your store is up and running. So it doesn't matter if it's after your first month or your store is 2 years old. You have to upload items every day. Every day, guys. Okay? Remember, eBay wants to see movement. Okay, calculate your break-even properly, and don't forget about promoted listings. So we talked about that the break-even is includes like eBay fees, right? Which, if you have a store subscription, is maximum 9.15%. PayPal fees, which varies according to your country, right? Taxes, if you're not tax exempt, which is around 7%. If you use managed accounts, don't forget the 30% fees, right? And promoted listings, which, let's say, I recommend anything between 2 to 4%, maybe 2-3%. You don't need more. Okay. Yeah. So take into consideration everything. Okay, and then put on top of it your profit markup. Okay. And the last point was keep at least 2 stores or more, depending on your goals. If you if your goal is side income, you can do well with 2 stores, maybe 3. If you want to make your main income, then it's time to get more serious. Open 20 to 30 stores, maybe more. Okay, it really all depends on your goals, guys. Okay, so before we say goodbye for today, I'll just go over the comment section one more time to see if there are any new questions.
Inspire if your goal.
Sorry. No, I don't see anything new. Okay, guys, so this was everything for today. I know some of these things is basics, okay, but apparently the reason I decided to do a webinar on these basic things today is because I see too many people who don't do them. Okay, so basics, but people don't do them. So please do these 5 things that we've talked about today, and you will see more profits. I promise you. And of course, if you have any more questions, any new topics you want me to make videos on, please leave a comment or a new post